Hello, this is Priscilla, and I am here today with your conversational hour, speaking in English. I hope everyone will write their 3 words in the chat box, and I'm waiting for those 3 words now. I'll tell you what we will do with those 3 words as soon as I get those words. So Fidel, as soon as you get your 3 words, just put those in the chat box.
Okay.
Thank you, Fidel. Our objective for today is that the learner will learn to use which word in speaking conversational English. So you'll be able to decide what is a better word or choice of words in many cases based upon the 3 words that you're going to present. Hopefully you'll be able to resolve the dilemma for students too busy to learn vocabulary. Using this mini story method, the would-be conversational English student will be amazed at his or her ability to speak excellent English in a very short period of time. So with that said, we are going to get started because I believe mini stories are the best way to build vocabulary. Hello, Carolina. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. And you,
Great.
Priscilla?
Great. I'm happy to see you. And let me remind you all that this is my last day before I go on vacation.
Oh,
So I'll be gone for about 10 days, 7 to 10 days, but I've enjoyed everybody. And I hope that you all will keep me in your thoughts, that I have a good vacation and I return safely. All right.
oh,
So thank you.
okay.
Okay, so thank you for putting in your words, Caroline, and thank you for putting in your words, Fidel. Fidel has put in CEO, economics, and trade. Caroline has stakeholders, wrap-ups, and
And
I get you're still thinking.
yeah, just a
Okay.
moment.
All right.
Um,
Well, think of your last word, and then I will get started.
okay, okay. Okay.
And as best as you know, Fidel, what are the meaning of these words? It doesn't have to be precise, but as best as you can tell, what are the meanings of these words? What does trade mean, Fidel?
Oh,
So I'll know which way to go with your word because there are different words that mean the same thing. We could trade business cards, we can trade uh, cards, we can trade in commerce. Which direction are you talking about trading?
okay. I just been watching the last class with
Mm-hmm.
a different teacher because I uh, came here late,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Oh, you
went.
weren't late. Oh, you mean at her class? Okay.
Yes,
Well,
so
what
I
was?
just watching, and they are talking about this uh, 3 words, and I know that the CEO is a man who is like the manager of a
The
company
organization? Mm-hmm.
organization. Economics is of course it's like
Okay.
wherever
So,
we.
so you're looking for it from a business perspective. That's what I'm. You're looking for your words to be in the business. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Now let me pull up our lesson for today, and it's going to be rob, stole, or stolen. Now I'm going to share that. Hmm. One more time. Rob, stole, stolen. Yeah, I think you should be able to see it now. No? Uh, we're still trying to pull it up. There, it is there. Let's see if you can see it now. Can you see it now? I don't know why it's not coming over there. Screen share. No. See if you see it now. Why is okay? Let me put me down here first. Yes.
We saw
Yes.
your screen share in a while, but after a second,
It
we
goes
lost
away.
again. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. That's my document. Now it should still be there when I go back to look. But when I go look, I don't see it. Okay, I'm going to log off and come back because I don't know what to do.
Hello, Carolina.
Hello,
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, and you?
I'm from Guatemala.
From?
Guatemala.
Oh, okay.
Guatemala. Yes. Do you like football?
A little.
A little. Okay. I'm sorry.
Let's see if that will work. I don't know. Carolina has YouTube. Okay, I've got that document up there. Control. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Start screen sharing. There. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Screen share. It's up. The screen is up. And it's not like I haven't done this before. So my document is up. Now I should go to screen share. Google Hangout.
You can share your document with Google Drive also.
Yeah, but it's not in Google Drive though. And see, I have reservations about putting my things in Google Drive. I don't like everybody having access to my stuff yet. So there, maybe that's it. I don't know how it worked, but this worked. Okay.
We can see.
Yes, you can see it. All right, so we have a few words that we're going to work with today, and those words are going to be economics, trade, and the CEO. Quasm. Let me see if I can change these as I read for you. Quasm, the train is moving very slow today, and your conversation is distracting me. It was just yesterday that I told you about Guarantee, guarantee the fund trade GOVERNMENT. Okay, I'm trying to steal a few winks before we arrive at my home. Could you put a please on it? Could you put a lid on it, please? Gazrin gave an annoyed look and murmured, "It was your idea that I come along for this boring ride into the country. The least you could do is talk to me." Economics. I studied economical the people. An argument was about to ensue. No, I did not invite you, said Quasm. As I recall, you volunteered yourself to come along. Remember? I fantastic during you will be enough trouble once we reach our destination. You can't speak the indigenous language, and I will be doing all the interpretations. I hope we can get to the next station. I hope when we get to the next station, you will sleep like an angel. Fine, Quasm, said Gazrin. The train is now stopping for new passengers anyway. I will not say anything. But both orientation that you to make in, let's call it country, in your country, T-R-Y. Look, Quasm, exclaimed Gazrin, that man with a brown cap and red umbrella just stole that lady's purse. Which lady? Said Quasm. The lady with the cane and the yellow pants and the top with a multitude of colors. Gazrin, we must help that lady get her stolen purse back, said Quasm. And Quasm was yelling, stop, stop, in his indigenous language. And Gazrin was yelling, stop thief, in his indigenous language, too. They both were making such a commotion, and many people stopped dead in their tracks, but no one knew what either of them was saying. An official of the station approached the screaming boys and spoke Quasm's language and asked, what is the problem? Quasm said that a thief had stolen the old lady's purse. The official asked for a description of the thief. Quasm gave a description, and the official said, this is a description of the same man that robbed the station this morning. With the wrap up our wow, said okay, so there we are. Now what I just did is something that you will be able to do and expect it to do as you build your vocabulary and fluency. Oh, did you all see what I wrote? No?
Yes.
You did or you did not?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see it now? Do you still see it?
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
All right. Okay, let's see if I can put it back. All right, I put it back, and well, what I just did was I took the words that you all gave to me and I put them in this story so that, can you still see it? I don't know. Can you see it now?
No.
Okay, it's something that I'm doing, and I'm sharing it. Okay, I'm sharing it. I think I'm sharing it, but I need to click it here and start screen share. Now it should be there, and I'm taking it out. All right, I'm going to take it out. I don't know how to take it out. there. And bring it up again, maybe. They sent me a video on how to do this. And I'm not sure. All right, I'll just watch it from the screen. I won't be able to make changes. There it is. Oh, I know. It's this person. I'm not holding. I have to pin myself first. There it is. Now I think I can go back and get it. I think. This is crazy. All right, there it is. I can see it and you can see it. What I was doing was adding the words to the story. When you become comfortable with reading and understanding what you're writing, you can take any words and find a place to put those words in there. That's what journalist does. That's what a journalist will do to improve the article that they are submitting to the newspaper. That's what an editor does when he's making changes to things, and you can do it too. So we call that maybe ad-libbing. So here's our story. Quasm is going to be, Caroline, would you be number 1?
Okay.
You may read. Just read the paragraph.
Okay. Quassim, the train is moving very slow today, and your conversation is distracting me. It was just yesterday that I told you about the CEO coming to our village. I need to prepare a report so that he will guarantee the funds for the trades that we are hoping will eliminate some of the problems with our government.
Okay, so let's just stop there. Now I have used the word CEO. In this capacity, someone's coming to your village and they're going to talk with the government. This is not just your ordinary person who does not have any power. So a CEO is a top person in most cases in an organization. He's the one that can make things happen or keep things from happening. So it seems that Quasm is going to speak to this CEO that is coming to his village, and his friend Gasham is going because he is the expert on economics. And when we're talking about trade, just like the U.S. has some sanctions maybe against another country, or countries say that you can't do certain things, you can't bring in but so many cars, or you cannot produce so many I don't know, weapons, whatever it may be. Those are things that deals with trade. I'm not giving you a heavy-hitting explanation of what CEO and trade is, because that's not my expertise, but you can be able to speak about a CEO and a trade based upon this generic information that I've just given to you, Fidel. Does that help you to better understand a CEO and trade, Fidel?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, good. Now, Caroline, what questions do you have about what you just read? Anything?
I think it's fine.
Okay, so we know that Quasm and Gasham are riding on the train, and they're going to Quasm's village. Okay, now let us hear from Fidel. Fidel, would you read, please?
Okay. I'm trying to steal a few winks before we arrive at my home. Could you put a lid on it, please? Gashim gave Quassim an annoyed look and murmured, "It was your idea that I come along for this boring ride into the country. The last you could do is talk with me. It is my ideas that the CEO will be listening to anyway. You don't know a single thing about economics. I studied economics in school for years, and I was the first person to meet with the President of the United States to discuss the economical difficulties of our people."
Okay, so now what we're looking at is there's an argument is about to ensue. What is the argument going to be about? The argument that is about to ensue has to do with Quasm wanting to go to sleep. Quasm wants to go to sleep, and Gasham wants to talk. Gasm feels like he should be able to talk because he has 4 years of college and he feels like he's relatively smart. This doesn't mean that he's not smart, but it does not excuse the fact that Quasm wants to sleep. Okay? So the word ensue means that someone wants to sleep, and an argument is about to ensue. Another word for ensue is happen. All right, so another word for ensue is to happen. Was happen. Fidel, what is another word for ensue?
Happen, to happen.
Okay, so read that sentence. An argument was about to.
An argument was about to ensue.
Okay, and use the word happen. An argument was about to happen.
Another word is for ensue, happen.
An argument was about to happen. So I want you to know that even though a word is there, you can always change the word to something else.
Okay.
All right. Now, what else do I want you to know? So ensue and happen mean the same thing. And they're arguing over who invited who, but there's this word that he volunteered. We have the word interpretation now. What does the word interpretation actually mean? The word interpretation means what, Fidel?
Interpretation?
Mm-hmm. What does the word interpretation mean?
It's like the giving the meaning of something.
Mm-hmm. It's explaining something. It's explaining something. For example, what language do you speak?
My first language is Spanish.
Your first language is Spanish, and if I told you the only thing I know is hola, and I went to say, how are you? You would have to explain to me, interpret that for me. So that's what an interpreter does. An interpreter explains what the other person that doesn't understand the language is saying. So Gaspin is coming along to be the interpreter for Quasm. All right?
Okay.
But because Gaspin is so talkative, Quasm says, I hope you sleep like an angel at the next stop. What do you think he means? Do you think he wants him to die and go to heaven and be quiet, or what? What do you think he means? This is an idiom. What do you think he means? Sleep like an angel.
Maybe stop talking.
Yes, he wants him to stop talking and be completely quiet. Daniel, how are you? Daniel, how are you? Please unmute your microphone.
Daniel isn't here anymore.
Oh, Daniel isn't here? Okay, we'll go with Ismail. Ismail, are you with us still?
Yes.
Could you read for us, please?
Okay. Fine, cousin, said Gaspin. The train is stopping now for new passengers. Anyway, I will not say anything, but before I close my eyes for a little rest, I want you to know that both of us are stakeholders in this presentation that you are going to make in your country. Look, cousin, exclaimed Gaspin. That man with the brown cap and red umbrella just stole that lady's purse. Which lady? Said cousin. The lady with the cane in the yellow pants and the top with a multitude of colors. Gaspin, we must help that lady get her stolen purse back, said cousin.
Okay, now here we have Quasm and Gaspin are talking about being stakeholders. Stakeholders are people who have a vested interest in something. For example, you are a stakeholder in coming to class. Why? Because you've paid your money. So you should have some say as to what type of classes you will attend, when you will attend, or why you won't attend. You are a stakeholder, and a stakeholder is someone who owns a part of the decision-making process because you have done something. Either you bought something, or someone gave it to you as a gift, or you earned it, or you created it, but you are a stakeholder. For example, I am a stakeholder in the United States, for example, because I work and I pay taxes. Therefore, I get to vote. Caroline, are there anything that you can think of that you are a stakeholder in?
Uh, one doubt, a CEO could be a stakeholder.
Okay, it could be, but I'm asking now, what about you? What are you a stakeholder in?
I am a citizen of
You're
Brazil.
okay, so you're a stakeholder in Brazil? Are you
Yes,
are you a member of Verbling?
yes.
So you're a stakeholder here. So you get the idea now of how you can use a stakeholder. Okay?
Okay, now I thought that this word I could use only to business issues.
No, it doesn't have to just be for a business. Usually it is a business, but what I want you to leave here today with is the knowledge that a stakeholder is someone that has a vested interest in something by
Okay.
virtue of being a citizen or paying your dues, such as you've done with Verbling. That makes you a stakeholder. You are part owner and you can make some decisions. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Priscilla, I have a question.
Yes.
Uh, my brother and me we have a little company about
Okay.
uh, school buses.
Okay.
We are stakeholders.
Yeah, it's your business. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there's a difference between stockholder and stakeholder, but you're also probably the stockholder of your company. If you sold some parts of it, so people bought shares and pieces of it, but you are the major primary stakeholders, you and your brother. And if you're not dividing it up by 50-50, if you have 51%, you will have majority control over what goes on in your business, or your brother does, unless it's 50-50. All right? So that multitude of colors, as you can remember from yesterday, means many. The word multi means many. All right? All right, let's see. We've got Caroline, Fidel, and Ismail. My loyal three.
Priscilla,
Yes.
can we talk about when I have some stocks in Istanbul Stock Exchange, some companies' stocks?
Hmm.
Am I a stockholder of these companies?
Well, do you have some? Did you buy some stock? Do you have a?
Yes.
Well, then you are a stockholder. You can have one little stock, or you could have 500 pieces of stock, or you could have several thousand, or one. As long as you have something to say that you own
Is,
stock in that
is
company.
there any difference between stockholder and stakeholder?
Yes, there's a little bit of a difference. As remember, you are a citizen, but you're not buying anything, but you're contributing to um, to the welfare of the country. Okay,
Yes.
and this is probably I'm just trying to give you a general idea. Okay, mine is not going to be something that you will find wholeheartedly in a book, but a stakeholder is a person or a group of people who own a share in a business. So that's like a stockholder too. But when I gave you the stakeholder as the government, being a citizen, you don't really have anything. It's just, this is what everybody does. Everyone doesn't have to buy stock, but everybody is a stakeholder. When they're 18, you get to vote. You don't have to pay to vote. You just need to be a citizen. Now, there is something that I need you to be aware of. You can use these words interchangeably, but they're not always the same. They don't always have the same meaning. Okay?
Okay.
So you'll have to do some more reading. What I want to do today is just give you a general idea that you can work with. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Ismail, did you read Carolina? Could you read for us?
Yes. Quasine was yelling, "Stop! Stop!" Oh, okay. Was yelling, "Stop! Stop!" in his
Indigenous.
indigenous language, and Gashbin was yelling, "Stop thief!" in his indigenous language too. They both were making such a commotion, and many people stopped dead in their tracks, but no one knew what either of them was saying.
Okay. So this is what I want you to do. Caroline, do you speak Spanish or Portuguese?
Portuguese.
Fidel, do you speak Spanish or Portuguese?
Spanish.
Great. And David, Ismail, what do you speak?
I speak Turkish.
Okay, great.
and German.
Okay, on the count of 3, I want all of us to yell, "Stop thief" in your own language. Okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop thief!
Versus
Pare,
Stop thief! Keep going. Stop thief! Stop
Pare.
thief! Stop thief!
Stop thief.
Pare.
Ah,
Okay, now this is what happened. They both were making such a commotion, and many people stopped dead in their tracks because no one knew what either of them was saying. So just like I was saying "stop thief," Carolina was saying "stop thief," Fidel was saying something, and Israel was saying something. So the people are looking like,
cuidado ladrones, cuidado ladrones.
yeah, they didn't know they didn't know what was going on. So that's what that commotion, the word commotion means confusion. And then when you say dead in their tracks, the people just stopped. They froze, like, what's going on? What the heck is
Okay.
going on? So that's what that paragraph is about. Indigenous is what all of us just did. Caroline spoke in her indigenous language. I spoke in my indigenous language. Fidel spoke in his indigenous language. And Ismail spoke in Turkish. So there we have that commotion. Any questions?
No.
Okay, so now we will go with Fidel. Could you read, please?
Okay. An official of the station approached the screaming boys and spoke Quechua language and asked, "What is the problem?" Quechua said that a thief had stolen the old lady purse. The official asked for a description of the thief. Quechua gave a description of the official said, "This is a description of the same man that robbed the station this morning."
Okay, so what you see, we have used a word family. We have used this word family. Insert table. We have used stole, thief, theft, and robbed. Okay, all of those words are related in some way, that someone has taken something that didn't belong to them. T-H-E-I-F-T, T-H-E-I, T-H-E-I-F-T, theft. Something like that. I have to look this word up. All right, so that was a word family. Any questions about that, Fidel?
No, thank you. Just
Okay. And Ishmael, would you read the last part, please?
Okay. With the description that you have given, Kasım, we may be able to wrap up our investigation very soon on the events of this morning. Wow, said Kasım as he gave a thumbs up to the official.
Okay. So here we see that the official says we might be able to wrap up our investigation. They were investigating a crime that happened earlier today, but apparently they didn't have anyone that could identify the person or had seen the person that did something illegal earlier. So wrap up now, Caroline, means that we can close the case. We can close the books on this one because we got our man. Okay?
Okay.
And then, wow, said Quasm, as he gave a thumbs up to the official because he felt that he had made a contribution and he had done something worthy of notice. So thumbs up means something positive, like, yay, great job, or good job.
like a compliment.
Yes, it could be like a compliment. Absolutely. All right, any questions about this article?
No.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask each of you to take 30 seconds and summarize the article for me. Ismail, would you
Excuse
go
me.
first?
Excuse me.
Yes? hmm
Uh, an expression is "give me your five." It's something like give me a thumbs up.
Give me a what?
Give me the five because some days somebody told me something like give me the five. He asked
Okay.
me my
He,
hand.
he, he
Give
says,
my hand
he said, give me a high five.
a high five.
He probably said, give me a high five. And a high five is you raise your hand up and you slap his hand. You both are slapping hands like high five, like what a boy, that a
Oh,
boy, great job. So
Mhm.
you raising your hand up in the air. You're not shaking hands, but you're raising your hand, and it's almost like you're slapping his hand, and that person is slapping your hand, and it goes high
yeah.
five. That's a
Okay.
high five, and that's a good thing. Like that a boy. We call that a. I call that a that a boy high five. I do
High
it a
five.
lot. I did it a lot with my son when he did something really great, like high five, Edwin. I'm so proud of you. High five. And he would just laugh and he thought he did something so wonderfully great. And he did. All right, Caroline. 30 seconds summarize it was Ismail. 30 seconds summarize the story in 30 seconds, please. Your time has started.
Oh, okay, Priscilla. Kasım and Gaspin are rising on a train. Kasım want to sleep, but Gaspin want to communicate with Kasım, and Gaspin have to prepare a report for COE, and there was a robbery on the train, and somebody steal from an old lady her purse. They are
Okay?
yelling.
Okay, stop there. Now, Ismail, you did a great job in telling me what you wanted me to know. I counted 6 R's. I want you to slow down. Tell me,
Time is so short. I couldn't arrive. I couldn't keep
Ismail,
up with the time.
Ismail, Ismail, Ismail. We talk
Yeah.
about excellence without excuses. Okay?
Okay.
So, Ismail, I want you to tell me what you want me to know in 30 seconds, and I want you not to use as many ahs and ums. This is the
Oh,
training. This is what is required to train. If you knew how to do it, then you wouldn't need to be in the class. So
okay.
this is training. Tell me again what you want me to know in 30 seconds, and then I'll count. I'm counting now. On the count of 3, you may begin. 1, 2, 3.
Kasım and Gaspin are making a journey on a train. Gaspin want to sleep, but Kasım want to talk with Gaspin. Gaspin have to prepare a report for his CEO, and they saw a burglar on the train.
Okay, stop.
Who,
Okay, everybody that was listening to Ismail, didn't he sound so much better the second time than he did the first? You only had one ah. So you see, you can do it. I'm not really interested in what you tell me. I'm more interested in how you tell me. And once you guys can start speaking confidently, we'll start putting our words in the proper order. But right now, I just want you to speak without saying ah. I want you to eradicate that from your speaking voice. All right? Caroline, on the count of 3, in 30 seconds, tell me what you remember about the story. 1, 2, 3.
The story is about two men that they were traveling on a train and talking about a lecture that one of them would give. Then they saw an old lady being robbed by a thief
Okay,
and
good.
decided.
Thank you, Caroline. The first person is always at a disadvantage because everyone else will now try to not say the words, which is the goal. Caroline, you said to Oz. I want you to tell the story again, but this time I want you to speak a little faster because you're thinking too hard. You can still tell me what you want me to know and get it out in the correct order. On the count of three, 30 seconds. One, two, three.
This story is about two men. They were traveling in a train. Then they saw a old lady being robbed by a thief, and then they warned a policeman about it, and they gave to him a thumb with some informations
Okay, thank
about
you.
it.
This time, Caroline, you had four
I'm the worst.
but the first time you weren't really speaking. You were just stopped. So that doesn't mean anything, really. Ismail? No. Who is it?
Fiddle.
Fidel. On the count of three. One, two, three.
This is the story about two guys who had traveling in a train. Both of them speak English and another language. Uh, they watched a lady who was stolen by a thief, and they give the information to a police officer who tried to capture the thief.
Okay. That was five. Take a breath, relax, tell me the story again, and try to remove the Oz. One, two, three.
The story is about two guys who traveled in a train. They watched a lady who was stolen by a thief. Who so they give the information to a police officer, and they catch the.
Okay, thank you. So this time you had four. What I want you all to get from this activity is that you are improving. It's like a graph, it's an economical chart. Some days you're up, some days you're down. But what is going to make the biggest difference is if you're practicing on your own and not just waiting to when you come to the classroom. But if you wait to the classroom, I will still give you the best that I can give you. A lot is, did you hear me say but it's okay. I'm not losing my thought. When the language learner says they get confused and they end up repeating themselves. But we all say but I want you to eliminate the excessive use of ahs. I'm looking now for an activity that, let's see, we've got 15 minutes and 3 people. So I think you can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Choose 6 words. It doesn't matter. And I want to give you an idiom. This will be Caroline. Caroline, give me an idiom, either from the story or anywhere. Caroline? Carolina? Carolina? Are you with us, Carolina?
Okay.
And
An
everyone else can be thinking of your idiom as well. Yes, an idiom. Quickly, Caroline.
Wrap up.
Wrap up. I think that's a verb, but we'll take it. Wrap up is a verbal phrase.
Okay.
Okay, now tell me your story in 60 seconds or less. Use as many of these words as you can in 60 seconds. You may begin.
Okay. I was walking on the street, then I saw a thief that stolen the purse of the old lady, and he invited me to steal with him. Then I denied because it's wrong, and I didn't know what could happen. Uh, and then he murmured um, something. He was complaining about me, and then I escaped from to a bus station and decided to wrap up this conversation because I don't talk with tips.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That is just 60 seconds. Okay. And you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You had 12 words remaining out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you did 18 words. Is that right? I guess. All right. And you got your phrasal verb. Okay, this will be Ismail.
Okay.
What is your idiom?
My idiom.
Fidel, please think of your idiom.
Kill two birds with one stone.
All right.
Is it idiom?
Yes, that is an idiom.
Okay.
Kill two birds with one stone. Okay. Ismail? 1, 2, 3.
I am going to school. When I was on the way, I saw a train station. There are a lot of people which are waiting a train, and I saw a robber who are stealing some money from people. People on the train station are waiting on the destination table for Madrid. They are looking boring, and there was a lot of commotion among the people. I am wearing a shirt with multitude color, and there was a
Okay.
there was an
That's and you didn't use your kill two birds with a stone. So you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you got 18 words as well, but you didn't do your idiom. Okay, Fidel, can I get your idiom, please?
An idiom is WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yesterday, I watched two thieves who stolen the in a station with indigenous. They were are traveling to a destination, but the multitude was commotioned because the indigenous people were have a conversation arguing that the station was boring. The people say, "What's up?" and they don't catch the interpretation of the people of the indigenous murmured, and they were talking about the role.
Okay, thank you. Okay, nice job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you did 22. I want to show you, or I want you to listen to me as I read this same thing, and the control is what you want to stay with. You want to stay with the control voice as you tell your story. Even if you're giving out a time, still stay with the controlled voice. My idiom is going to be, I wanted to curl up and
What is the meaning of Priscilla?
I wanted to
Curl up
curl
and down.
when you're embarrassed by something or someone that, oh my goodness, I don't want someone to see me doing that. Okay?
Get red?
Okay, yep, that's it. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so here I go. 1, 2, 3. It was yesterday. I was sitting at the station waiting for my mother to arrive. As I waited for her to arrive, I saw a multitude of people coming toward me, and there was such a commotion that I didn't know what was wrong until I saw the man pointing and yelling, "That's a thief! He steals things. He stole my wallet, and he might rob you, so be careful." I wasn't really afraid because my dad had taught me what to do since he was in the military, but I was really bored, and this actually added excitement to my life. So I knew what was about to ensue. The official was running with his club, and my interpretation of that was that thief was going to be in trouble. An argument broke out between the official, and he said, "What's going on?" The conversation went from him left to right, and I invited myself to participate, and I was distracted when I saw my mother, and I murmured to my mother, "Be quiet, Mom. A lot of people are coming, and you're just volunteering." And that was my
Time.
I forgot, that was my time, and I forgot to say I wanted to curl up and die. So I too had difficulty getting all of the words in. But the purpose of this is you can get it done, and we did a little bit different today. I gave each of you an opportunity to introduce 3 words, and hopefully you can take those words and use them. What I'd like to do now is invite you all to final word. We'll start with Ismail.
Thank you very much, Priscilla, for your unique lesson. Do you hear me?
You remember to say something that was different. Thank you, Ismail.
Thank you.
Caroline, and then Fidel.
Thank you for this class and have a good vacation. See you soon.
Thank you. Fidel?
Thanks again, and may I ask you something because
Sure.
I want you correct my pronunciation when you hear because I know that some of my I speak sometimes in like a Spanish way, and so I want to.
Well, I could tell you, Fidel, that that's one of the well, that is one of the dilemmas of being in Verbling, because Verbling offers the group sessions and they promote the individual classes. So if you're in the classroom by yourself, it's perfectly fine. But if you're not, it becomes a problem.
Okay, and how much time are you will you in vacation time?
I will be on vacation for 1 full week.
1 week. Okay.
That's all I can afford.
Enjoy it.
Thank you, I will. Okay. All right, guys. I have a class coming up right after this one. I have 3 consecutive classes, 3 or 4, so I'll be on for about 3 or 4 hours. Thank you for joining me today. It was my pleasure. Please leave feedback. You can always send me a note on the teacher page. Teacher page, just send it to me personally, or you can comment on the YouTube. Thanks, guys. Have a nice day.
Thanks.
Bye, Caroline. Bye, Fidel.
Bye.
Bye, Ismail.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you.